Well, be very careful about the thoughts you think, that you choose to think. Because remember, somebody who has depression is choosing thoughts that make them feel rotten. Observing, to start being observing, instead of just having all these thoughts that make you feel miserable or scared or anxious or whatever. Start noticing what you're thinking. You know, why am I thinking that? Why am I choosing to think a thought that's making me feel so awful or is making me feel bad about you? Why am I doing that? I don't have to do that.
I think the message is really very simple. What we give out, we get back. So you don't want to give out negative things. What we believe about ourselves becomes true for us. And we need to love ourselves, because when we really do love and appreciate this beautiful being that we are, then we can't hurt ourselves and we can't hurt other people. And to me, that's the secret of life. It is very simple. It is too simple for some people, and yet it works. I have person after person after person who is a living testimonial that it works.
The universe is unlimited. I like to talk about the totality of possibilities, and we can't even begin to describe those.
We can either buy into the fear or we can not buy into the fear.
Well, you know, it's like resentment that's long held eats away at the body. Well, I have come to realize it boils down to choosing the thoughts you think and choosing the foods you eat. And when you can be wise in both areas, you have perfect health. Because the body knows how to take care of itself, but not if you give it a lot of junk. And not if you give yourself a lot of junk thoughts. We all adored ourselves. We loved our bodies. We loved every part of ourselves. And then we started to listen to other people who told us we weren't good enough, or we didn't do it right, or no. And so we decided that maybe we weren't very good. And that's where we get all mixed up. But when we can get back to that point of just adoring this marvelous critter in here, then life says, oh, she's got it, let's give her goodies. And then the next step is to be very grateful about it.
Yes.
When you're really grateful, then they want to give you more. I think one of the things that was the most helpful, really, was the forgiveness. I really got in there and dug out as much as I could find out about my parents' childhood. And when you understand somebody's childhood, then you can understand how they went from being this wonderful little baby to the people who would mistreat another child. And that sort of gives you a point to begin your forgiveness work. And when I started to do that, I think that was the big shift inside.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I also I found a wonderful naturopathic doctor.
Yes.
And there's a very interesting story goes with that, because this is over 30 years ago. And last week I had a letter from him. And we have not communicated in all this time.
This is the naturopath?
Yes. I had a letter from him, and he wanted me to do his second book.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, wow, isn't this interesting? Because here's a man who literally contributed over 30 years ago to healing my life.
Yeah.
And now I get to do something for him.
That's so beautiful.
So we said, you know,
comes full circle,
yes,
right?
full circle. So
That's
I'm going
wonderful.
to do whatever I can for him. So we had the manuscript come, and you know, we've gone over it, and we really like it, and it's wonderful.
That's beautiful.
And you know, you can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't.
When life has an opportunity it wants to present to you, it's there. I've just made a movie 2 years ago, and it was my first movie. And what I was thinking at the time, it's so interesting because most women in their 30s or 40s in the movie industry, you know, can't get a part because they're too old. And here I was, 80 years old, making my first movie and being the star in it, and getting to do my own dialogue. And I thought, wow, this is really great. Teach people to release the guilt. I think it's one of the biggest things I've done in my work, is help people release guilt, because we all walk around with this huge pot of guilt that we carry.